top. Should Iran attack again, while also tentatively agreeing to a pause on military action in Lebanon? And this all happening, remember, while we're in the middle of what's supposed to be a ceasefire. Joining us now is retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery. Rear Admiral, let's start with, the strikes that we saw on Friday. There's been this tit and tat back and forth ever since. You got Iranian officials saying that the strikes were, quote, not a violation of the ceasefire, but, quote, ceasefire management. Vice President J.D. Vance is also saying that violence is going to be met with further violence. What can we expect after Iran's retaliatory strikes this morning? And is this truly a ceasefire at this point?
Yeah, I think that broadly, President Trump is trying to prevent things from, a total ceasefire, a total breakdown in the ceasefire. But the reality is, Iran strikes, which are a violation of the ceasefire, this Iranian, kind of gobbledygook about they govern the Strait of Hormuz and they dictate secure routes, flies in the face of international maritime law and the law as the United States sees it. So these attacks against cargo ships by drones will either be shot down by the United States, but if we fail to shoot one down and they hit a ship, we're going to strike Iran with proportionate strikes. That's what the president did on Friday, and which caused Iran to then strike again on Saturday. And I imagine is going to cause the United States to do, again, a proportionate strike later today. This is necessary, to maintain a deterrence. If we don't respond to these strikes, the Iranians will continue to do them, feeling that that's a way to control vessel passage.
Yeah, to your point there a moment ago, I don't know if we have the graphic, but we've been monitoring traffic flow every day out of the Strait of Hormuz, and that traffic flow was picking up at the end of last week, and it feels like some analysts have said that Iran was feeling like it lost its grip, its leverage over the United States, and then we started seeing kind of these strikes, and now this back and forth that's happening. Let me turn to a moment to Israel, right? Because I mentioned a moment ago that it's agreed to a framework around Lebanon, right? Withdrawing from two areas of the country, Israel has said that its motivation in Lebanon was just to dismantle Hezbollah, something that Lebanon has failed to do. How much hinges on Israel's action here when it comes to the U.S.'s goal with Iran?
Well, these agreements are between Israel and Lebanon. Unfortunately, that's not Israel and Hezbollah. Hezbollah is the protagonist in this. So when we try to determine, is this going to lead, will this maintain a peaceful, future? I doubt it, because I don't think Iran, and as an extension Hezbollah, benefit from that. So over time, we'll eventually see a Hezbollah attack that in Israel's mind warrants a proportionate response. Israel's idea of proportion is slightly more than America's idea of proportion, so it will be a strong response. And then I think you could see the Israel-Hezbollah crisis spiral in a way that jeopardizes the overall ceasefire.
From your experience and understanding with the complexities of any kind of potential negotiation and the conflict in the Middle East, what do you think happens from here? Do you expect further strikes this weekend? Do you expect, come maybe tomorrow or Monday morning, a pullback in those strikes and kind of a reaffirmation of the ceasefire? What do you think is the most likely outcome right now?
So I do think it'll stop. I think the U.S. will do a proportionate response, then Iran will respond. If we're able to shoot all of them down so nothing gets hit, we can then go, well, there we go, we're done. The Bahrain strike actually was, one shot down and one missing the target. But unfortunately, they did hit a ship in the Strait of Hormuz again, which I think requires us to do something. So I think that it could wind down. I will tell you, though, long term, Iran has a problem. I know people think that Iran's the great negotiator and they'll use time and rope-a-dope tactics, but the reality is their leverage goes away for the reason you mentioned earlier. First of all, a lot of flow through the Southern Transit Scheme. But second, over the next 2 to 3 years, Saudi Arabia is going to build a pipeline like gangbusters from east to west. UAE, United Arab Emirates, is going to build one from north to south to Fujairah. Yeah. And those will displace the need for flow through the Gulf. And believe me, Saudi Arabia and UAE don't have like environmental impact statements and OSHA and EPA. These pipelines are going to go fast.
Yeah, to your point there, what has been exposed in this conflict is that the world is too reliant on that critical waterway, and Iran has too much control over it. And so now you're seeing what we're learning from this conflict is other countries taking taking some lessons learned and building other routes for that critical oil, 20% of the world's oil that comes from that region. Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery, really appreciate your time and your insight.
Thank you.
Of course. I want to